I am Mia Thompson, science student, library regular, perpetual experimenter. Every day, I'd bury myself in books and lab notes under the watchful eye of my mentor, Professor Leonard. That day began like any other, with ambition and caffeine. I was on the verge of testing a new chemical formula that could change energy storage forever. The machines hummed, clink softly, and Professor Leonard stood nearby, arms crossed, forever cautious. Careful, Mia. This compound is highly volatile, he reminded me. I nodded, steady as always. That was until the door creaked open and in walked Adrian Leonard. He was like a jolt of electricity through the still air, tall, sharp in his tailored suit, with dark hair that seemed to fall just perfectly messy, and piercing green eyes that noticed everything. Adrian, Professor Leonard's son, was already making waves in the business world, a man used to command and power. My hands trembled the moment I noticed him. One drop too many slipped from my pipette and the world exploded. Literally. Smoke, light, noise, and then nothing. When I woke up, I was lying on a cot tucked away behind the library's main hall. My head was pounding, and the world was muffled. But there they were, Professor Leonard looking pale with worrying, and Adrian Adrian watching me, his eyes filled with something that made my heart ache. Before either could speak, I heard it clear as day, though neither moved their lips. I hope she's okay. Why did she have to faint right when I walked in? Now Dad's going to think I distracted her. God, she looks so fragile and beautiful. It was Adrian's voice, but not spoken. I thought I was hallucinating until I heard Professor Leonard's inner voice too. Then Adrian's again, whispering silent hopes and worries I wasn't meant to hear. Somehow, I could hear their thoughts. And Adrian's. His mind was a treasure trove of unexpected tenderness. In the days that followed, the ability sharpened. I heard Adrian's unspoken admiration, his hesitation, his vulnerability hidden behind polished smiles. I learned that behind the confident businessman was a man who doubted himself more than he let on, who thought I was brilliant, who noticed every little thing about me, even the way my hair curled at the ends when it got humid. One evening, I caught him pretending to read, sneaking glances at me from across the library. His thoughts spilled into me like an open book. Why do I keep coming here? Just to see her? This is ridiculous. She probably doesn't even notice me. I walked over and sat next to him, heart pounding. The library had always been my sanctuary, a quiet corner of the world where it was a place where I felt safe, where the only heartbeat I had to listen to was my own, at least until Adrian started showing up. At first, it was subtle, a presence more felt than seen. I'd look up from my notes and find him pretending to read, stealing glances when he thought I wasn't watching. It should have annoyed me, distracted me even, but somehow it never did. One evening, he was here again, as always, his thoughts spiraling. I hope I am not disturbing. I just want to see her. Maybe it was courage or foolishness, but that day, I stood up and walked toward him. Without hesitation, I sat down beside him, our arms nearly touching. You're welcome here anytime, I said, my voice steadier than I felt. It's nice to have company. He looked stunned at first, and then smiled a lopsided, breathtaking smile. Well, someone has to make sure you don't blow up the library again, he thought, but changed to a serious face. I laughed, real and loud, and something inside me shifted forever. From that day, our lives began to stitch themselves together, one stolen glance at a time, one shy smile I tried to resist. Adrian wasn't just privilege and expectations. He was warmth and patience. He was the storm I didn't know I needed, the quiet after the chaos. Then one rainy afternoon, when I fell sick and stayed home, I realized how deeply he had embedded himself into my heart. The library felt hollow without him. I missed the way his presence filled the silent spaces between my thoughts. And when I heard that soft knock on my door, saw him standing there, soaked to the bone, clutching a battered bouquet of wildflowers, I knew. I didn't even have to read the words or read his thoughts. I knew. Tears blurred my vision as he crossed the room into quick strides, his hands cupping my face with a tenderness that melted every last barrier I had built. I love you, Mia, he whispered, forehead pressed to mine. I love you, I whispered. I miss you a lot. He looked at me, shocked but with understanding. We both have fallen for each other from the first day of the accident. He scooped me up and I said, When I heard you were sick, I couldn't stay still any longer. I want to be the one to take care of you and be with you in your good and bad times. Can I?" he asked, staring into me. Those beautiful gray eyes. I am so much in love with this man. I look up at his expectant face, leaned in and kissed him. "Yes, I want to be with you." I could no longer hear his thoughts, but I don't need that. He is very outspoken about his feelings and very practical about it. I have found love in the laboratory. Getting married to the love of my life.